Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you've ever wanted is within your reach. But there's one catch. You have to stop thinking like a slave and start thinking like a king. Most people live their whole lives waiting for success to find them. But what if I told you that the key to greatness lies in the way you think, the decisions you make, and the price you're willing to pay? The first step to thinking like a king is mastering your mindset. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess, and yet it's the very thing that most people let control them. Kings don't wake up with doubts about their worth, wondering if they'll ever make it, if they're good enough. Kings wake up with a fire in their belly, knowing exactly who they are and where they're headed. Your thoughts are your kingdom. If you let negative, self-doubting thoughts take over, you're surrendering your throne to the chaos of your own insecurities. And let me tell you, a king never surrenders to his own mind. I've been there. I've had days when I felt overwhelmed, when I was questioning if I was doing enough, if I was good enough. It's easy to let those thoughts take root, to spiral into self-pity and complacency. But here's the truth. You can't afford that mindset. Kings don't waste time on self-doubt. They don't look at the world and ask, can I do this? They ask, how can I make this happen? They are problem solvers, not procrastinators. When you master your mindset, you stop seeing obstacles and start seeing opportunities. You stop fearing failure and start viewing it as a lesson, as part of your journey to greatness. Look around at the people who are successful, really successful, not the ones who just get by, but those who dominate their field. They are not smarter than you. They are not more talented than you. The difference is in how they think. They've chosen to believe in themselves before anyone else did. They took control of their minds and decided that they would not let their fears or doubts dictate their actions. They woke up every day with a warrior mentality. They saw themselves as kings even before they had the title, and their mindset was the thing that carried them through the grind, the rejection, the pain. Your mind is the foundation of everything you do. Think about it. When you start to believe that you are capable of greatness, you take different actions. You don't settle for mediocre results. You push for excellence. Your standards rise. And as your mindset strengthens, so does your confidence. You start attracting different opportunities. You begin walking into rooms where others are intimidated just by your presence. Not because of anything you've done, but because of how you carry yourself. A king's confidence is undeniable because it is rooted in a mindset of power and purpose. You can't fake this. People can sense when you believe in yourself. And that belief creates the foundation for everything else in your life. But don't fool yourself into thinking that mastering your mindset is easy. It's a constant battle. The world will try to break you. People will try to tell you that you're not capable. Society will push you to conform, to fit into its mold of mediocrity. The greatest battle is not against the outside world. It's against the enemy within. The constant stream of negativity, the doubts, the temptation to give in to complacency. You have to fight those battles every single day. And once you win those small battles in your mind, you will see how much easier it becomes to take control of your life. Because when you master your mind, you take control of your world. The second key is taking control of your life. Too many people live like passengers in their own story, letting the world drive them around wherever it chooses. They're reacting to everything that happens to them instead of controlling their own direction. They're slaves to their environment, to the opinions of others, to the circumstances they were born into. They feel like victims of life, as if they have no control over their destiny. But that is the farthest thing from the truth. You are not a slave to your circumstances unless you choose to be. You are the author of your own story, and if you don't like the script, it's time to rewrite it. The real question is, are you taking full control of your life, or are you waiting for someone else to give you permission to succeed? I know from experience that the world will try to keep you small. People will try to tell you that you're not good enough, that you should play it safe, that you should settle for less. The biggest mistake you can make is to listen to that noise. It's easy to go with the flow, to let life happen to you, to wake up, work your job, pay your bills, and rinse and repeat. That's what the majority of people do. But kings don't settle for mediocrity. Kings don't wait for the world to hand them their life on a silver platter. Kings create their own opportunity. When I was starting out, no one handed me anything. I had to work for every inch of progress. I had to make decisions when everyone around me was playing it safe. I had to look at my circumstances and decide I wasn't going to let them define me. If you keep letting your environment shape your choices, you'll always be a slave to it. But when you take control, when you refuse to let the world dictate your life, that's when things start to change. The most powerful people in the world aren't the ones with the most money or the most fame. They're the ones who know how to take charge of their lives. They don't sit around hoping for luck to find them. They don't rely on others to make their dreams come true. They make things happen, regardless of the obstacles, the setbacks, or the people who try to tell them it's impossible. Taking control means not waiting for someone to give you permission to live your life the way you want. It means acting with confidence, making decisions that move you toward your goals, and owning every choice you make. Every action you take, every step you make is your responsibility. The minute you start blaming other people or circumstances for your failures is the minute you hand over your power to someone else. A king never waits for someone to tell him what to do. He doesn't look for someone to validate his ideas. He decides what he wants and takes action to make it happen, no matter what. That's the mindset you need to develop. Stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for someone to recognize your potential. Go out and grab it. Make it yours. Every moment you waste letting life dictate your pace is a moment you could be using to build your future. Control means understanding that you are responsible for the outcome of your life, even if others try to control it. It means owning your decisions, owning your failures, and learning from them. Every time you make a mistake, you get better. Every time you push through the fear and take action despite the odds, you get closer to your goal. Taking control doesn't mean everything will go smoothly. It means you'll rise every time you fall. The world will try to put you in a box to limit your potential, to make you fit into what's comfortable and convenient. But the kings of this world didn't get to the top by accepting that. They created their own rules, they wrote their own path, and they stopped looking at life as something to be endured. They saw life as a battlefield where they could claim victory. And the only way you'll ever get what you want is to take that battlefield for yourself. If you're not actively making decisions that push you forward, you're passively letting life push you backward. There is no middle ground. You are either controlling your life or you are a slave to it. You can't afford to let anyone else control your destiny. Take charge and never look back. And finally, let's talk about the price of greatness. Every king knows that greatness doesn't come cheap. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. There's a cost, a sacrifice, and it's often one that many are too afraid to pay. The truth is, most people want the reward without the work, the glory without the grind. They see the throne and think it's easy to sit there, but they don't see the battles, the loneliness, the pain, and the countless nights of doubt that came before it. You will be tested. You will be pushed to your limits. And in those moments, you will have to decide, will you rise or will you fall? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You will lose friends on your turn. People will talk behind your back, criticize your decisions, and tell you that you're crazy for dreaming too big. There will be days when the weight of your ambitions feels unbearable, when you question if it's all worth it. But if you want to wear the crown, you have to be willing to bear the weight of it. Greatness demands sacrifice. The path to power, success, and legacy is not lined with easy choices. It's paved with long hours, frustration, and setbacks that will make you want to quit. But every king who ever ruled had to make the same decision. Will I push through the pain or will I let it break me? I know what it's like to feel like everything is stacked against you. I know what it's like to have people doubt your every move, to fail again and again, and to feel like you're walking down a path that no one else believes in. But here's the thing about kings. They don't wait for the world to tell them it's okay to succeed, and they make their own rules. They fight for what they want with everything in their power. The moment you realize that you can achieve whatever you set your mind to is the moment you stop caring about the doubters and start focusing on your vision. The price of greatness isn't just about doing the hard work. It's about understanding that the challenges you face are the very things that will shape you into the person you're meant to be. The struggle is the test. The pain is the forge. When you push through your hardest moments, you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You build the armor you'll need for the battles ahead. And I'm not talking about just physical strength or technical skill. I'm talking about mental fortitude, the kind of strength that allows you to keep going when everyone else gives up. The kind of strength that keeps your head held high even when the world is telling you to bow down. People often want to skip to the good part, the success, the recognition, the rewards. But if you haven't been through the fire, if you haven't faced those tough moments where everything inside you says quit, then you'll never appreciate what you've achieved when you finally get to the top. The reward isn't just in the glory, it's in knowing you fought for it. You sacrificed everything to get there. You pushed yourself beyond what you thought was possible. And the greatest part, once you make it, you'll never look back with regret. Greatness doesn't just come from sitting back and hoping for it. It's earned in the trenches, in the moments when you're so close to giving up that you can feel the exhaustion in your bones, but you keep pushing because you know the cost of quitting is greater than the cost of struggling. You know that if you want the rewards, you have to pay the price, and that price is often high. But I'll tell you this, the price is always worth every minute of struggle, every sacrifice, every moment of doubt will become a part of your story, a part of your triumph. And when you finally reach the summit, you'll look back at the climb and you'll know with every ounce of your being that you earned it. You didn't wait for permission. You didn't wait for a sign. You didn't let anyone tell you that you couldn't make it. You paid the price, and that's what makes your victory worth celebrating. So here's the truth. You weren't born to live like everyone else. You weren't born to be a slave to fear, to doubt, or to the opinions of others. You were born to rise above, to think like a king, to take control of your life, and to pay the price for greatness. Every king has had to fight for his throne. Every king has had to battle the doubts, the struggles, and the sacrifices. But every king also knows that the crown is worth every ounce of pain, every moment of sacrifice, every ounce of sweat. Now it's your turn. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to be great. Stop letting the world tell you what's possible. It's time for you to take control of your destiny, to master your mind, and make decisions that move you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. The world is yours to conquer if you're willing to pay the price and do the work. Don't let fear or failure stop you. Let them fuel you. Let them teach you the lessons you need to reach new heights. You were born to rule, to rise, to reign. And it starts right now with the mindset that says, I will not settle, I will not quit, and I will never stop until I have earned the throne I deserve. Now go out and claim it.